first and 10 at the 38. Prescott to throw it. Fighting to stay upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to...
Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys have broken the tie.
So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, 626.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Finding Hardman here over the middle. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk. In this game, but plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
Well, he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
You know, last week I remember. What would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defense. And make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
And again, it's Rodgers. Catch is made by Hardman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Rodgers going to throw. That is caught at the 7. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall
ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Jets have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Kevontae Turpin now to return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Prescott on the move to his left. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. 46. Throwing, Prescott. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
On 2nd down, it's Vaughn.
Breaks a tackle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play. Back now here on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
They'll try and run for it with Davis. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Davis again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now Rush. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Cooper Rush
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
They'll try and run it with Davis. And he is into the end zone. The conversion attempt is good. And that'll give him an 8-point lead here in the 4th. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, Wilson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
They'll try and run it with Davis. And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the night in two-point conversions, but not here, as this time they come up empty. Not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
From his end zone, here comes Carter.
And New York set to take the field.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Stephen Weatherly able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. On 3rd down, here's Carter.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And the failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal.
Davis.
2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line. 79 Broncos.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jalen Tolbert
From 4 yards out.
And the Cowboys have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback.
And the Jets set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
The offense on third down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch it over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Play action. Now Wilson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but They've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
2nd and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle to Davis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now they're in the hurry-up.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Now here's Davis to run again on 2nd.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere,